Right, I'm back. So, the EGX thing, I might as well get to that, even though we're literally pretty much a month on from it. That's what happened. See, it would have happened earlier, but personal stuff at home's caused the delay this time. But overall, EGX was a different experience to how it's been previous years. Mainly in the fact that, as I alluded to in the preview video, there was no Xbox there at all, and there was no Nintendo. Nintendo I sort of wasn't surprised about, because they seem to have gone, dead, and don't want anybody to play any of their games. Not even like the Retro NES Mini that's coming out. But Xbox, it's like, so you've got Gears coming out. You've sort of got exclusives with Battlefield and everything. It's first on there. You've got Dead Rising coming out. Forza's just releasing. And they decide to do nothing. It just surprised me. Which meant that PlayStation took up a heck of a lot of the space. And they took full advantage of it. Because they had God knows how many games that were already on the floor, like WWE 2K and Tekken and Street Fighter and Overwatch and Call of Duty, but that's because of the deal and everything. And games that they didn't even announce, which they aren't even listed. Well, they are listed on here, I think. Yeah. Ones that they didn't even list on the website. But, so in terms of what I saw, as I go through the list, for the red zone, so that's the indie and the left field sort of stuff, Dead Pixels 2 is as fun as it was the last couple of years I've seen it at the Expo. It's a faithful sequel to the first one, so I'm looking forward to that one. Trying to have a quick look through the list. Mantis Burn Racing looked very impressive running. I know that's just come out already, but that was a fun one. See, there was confusing things because like American Truck Simulator was there and Overcooked, which have been out for quite a bit, so I don't know. There was Serious Sam VR as well, which I didn't get to experience myself, but heard good things about in terms of the aspect. There was even a sort of partial dual reality thing where you were on a green screen, and what was in the green screen was what a view of the battle area was. So that was pretty nicely well done. Sniper Elite 4 I already played, but the queue there was ridiculous. They gave themselves too small a booth, which considering that there was a very little queue at the game event a month before, that was also a lot more open than it was. People could actually look at the screen sort of thing. Whereas, I guess because of the 18 restriction, they were being very, you can't look at this, hidden away in a booth, which didn't work for the size of booth it was. It was like, I don't know, about the size of, not what you can see here, but sort of not a very small space for everything, very sort of cramped. But from what I heard, people enjoyed the game, as I did with my demo. What was the other one? The Fall Part 2. I think I've got the Fall somewhere on Steam, the first one, and now after having played a demo for Part 2, I want to play Part 1. It was a really interesting sort of sci-fi story, mixed in with relatively simple puzzle mechanics and like fighting. In essence, it was very Oh, the one that's got the One Punch Man, or whatever it's called. It's like there's only one button, and you've got to attack people from left and right. It's like one of the best. It's only like $1, I think, on Xbox 360 when it came out. But it's got that sort of elements, because you've got to attack people from the left and attack people from the right. But then you've got to do it in different styles in order to take certain foes out. It was very well done. The story had me hooked. Yeah, that was a good one. The one that I played, the Mannequin. That was the one that I got the flyer for from last month. I think it was that. I think the Mannequin was that one. I can't fully remember. I think it was. That was very creepy. And, one of the devs was there, and I felt the demo was a little too jump scare-ish, and he said that isn't the full reflection of the game, but we've got to have something to show to people to reflect it, and that's what they chose. But they stressed not all the game is like, whoa, something boom, something bang, crazy stuff's happening, which is good to hear. Because after, I sort of expected that sort of thing, because they were saying it was like a point and click with sort of that sort of elements, but it just felt a little too like that for the section that they showed. And as I say, let's hope the full game isn't as intensive as that one was in terms of what they got to show. And then the other one I played was Ukulele from the main res section, which basically just felt like a Banjo-Kazooie Conker's Bad Fur Day game. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. It honestly felt like being transported back 20 or so, well, around 20 years to playing them on the N64. And yeah, I am looking forward to that coming out and getting my copy through the Kickstarter and everything. That's the first time I've really got to experience the actual game. Because obviously the toy box is sort of a basic sort of thing, but that was actually a full public demo of a world with stuff, and it was pretty nice. Pretty nice. There was a very interesting one as well in the Left Field collection, which was entitled A Normal Lost Phone. The prototype, I think, is available online for free as sort of a web-based thing. But it's because it's going to be developed into a full-fledged game. But the whole aspect is somebody's dropped their mobile phone, a normal lost phone in the title, and obviously you're trying to find out whose it is so you can give it back to them, and then it goes down the sort of the well of getting to know more about this person. And then at the same time I was actually subconsciously thinking, should I be doing this? But because of the situation that was happening, I felt I had to, which is very well put together. It's low key, but I'm certainly interested in that when it comes out. Then the main stuff, they did a 2 demo session for Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. And the fact of the matter is, the Modern Warfare Remaster felt really good. It did feel like you were being transported back to the game from 10 years ago. with some, you know, rezzed up graphics and everything. The Infinite Warfare stuff just felt like Advanced Warfare, and to some extent Black Ops 3 as well. It really just felt like they're trying to do what Titanfall's doing, which in turn, speaking of Titanfall, that was pretty good as well. I do like the aspect that the mode that they had there was a bit different, because you had they didn't just have the, you know, killing people and killing the Titans to get out sort of thing, but they also had with the with the one that they showed for I can't remember the name of the mode, but it was it was everybody trying to take out NPC sort of thing. You know, the NPC sort of spectres and the AI characters, anyway. And by killing them, as well as actual players, you got points, and then you could transfer those points and bank them in banks and whatever, and then you had Titans sort of in the middle. It was a full-on sort of aspect of, for those people that aren't expert, you know, FPS players like myself, that felt like an aspect where they can get introduced to getting used to it, because there's a lot of AI that you can just take out and mow down pretty easily. But at the same time, obviously you're taking on other human-controlled opponents, so you can take them down as well, you know, on the opposite side. So, but and I didn't get to challenge, because there was no sort of control thing, so it didn't tell you what to do with the whole grapple hook thing. I never really got a chance to do that, but it felt Titanfall, but obviously not the same. It didn't feel too Titanfall 1. There is progression there, that it isn't just like a reskin like the last few years of Call of Duty have honestly felt when I've played it. Scrolling through, oh yeah, I have to get to the one where I can choose my first prop. Dishonored 2, they were giving out t-shirts. Probably doesn't fit me, that's why I'm not wearing it. Because, of course, it was the very first public place that the demo was able to play at, and I got the t-shirt twice because I played it twice. The plan was to play it as both characters, but due to some snafu by the person not actually saying, you know, the way it was, you know, the person was saying the first three are this character, the rest are the other character. So everybody went, right, if it's the first three, then it must be the first ones that you can walk to. But no, what they actually meant is the ones that we walk past. So, who knows? So I think, yeah, I wanted to play as Emily, but didn't get the chance to, so I played as Corvo both times. And took different approaches of sorts both times as well. I was struggling at first because I was forgetting the controls, but it was mainly just a case of exploring the world and seeing how great it looks. You know, it's great to go back to, even though it probably isn't Dunwall, but it's great to go to that style of place again because of how great the first one was. And now that I've got a PS4, which I didn't buy at EGX, that's why it's not being brought up here apart from just a side mention, I want to get the definitive edition for console and, you know, gush over it all again. because it'll probably be quite a while before Dishonored 2 gets cheap enough for me to be able to buy it. But that was really good. What else? You know, some of the stuff that they had there. Final Fantasy 15 I didn't play because queues were often long, but it was also the situation that, from what I could tell, it was just really the demo that was publicly available anyway. It wasn't anything dramatically different. Gravity Rush 2 was there, which they didn't really announce. Killing Floor 2 was there. Outlast 2 was there. The demo that's just come out. I managed to not play it, but see that early. And considering what I've seen of people playing the demo anyway, you know, since it's come out on PC, you know, and the fact that that's free, I think, at least on PC it is. I don't know whether it's on PS4. I could probably check that soon. Need to hook that console back up and get all the free demos before they get deleted. Delete. If you don't watch the wrestling's part of the stuff, you won't get that. Trying to have a look, see what else I played. I played Horizon Zero Dawn, which that was ridiculous. They had so much demand for that, and the shape and the schedule of whatever they did, you had to book sessions for it. So, of course, by the time people got there, like a few hours after the doors had opened, the day was sold out. So if you were only there for the day and you wanted to play that game, and you thought there was going to be a queue, there wasn't. So that was the only thing that Sony really screwed up on. They didn't apparently suspect how many people wanted to play it. Which is weird because it was like the biggest marquee title that they had there. Even more than Call of Duty. And Call of Duty had tons of screens because they knew that a lot of people would be queuing up for it. So much so that they brought so many people in that they had to do like cycles in turns for people to be able to play the game. And the other thing as well that was a bit worrying with the Horizon demo is like the play area was, I think, about the size of this. It was really tiny. There was like things that were there, like dead creatures that with parts that you could pick up, and as soon as you went over there to pick them up, it said, you know, you were leaving the game area. If you do not turn back, you know, the game will be reset. And it's like, to me, that just felt like, hold on. You're putting stuff there as if to go explore it, see what you can do with it. But at the same time, you're saying no. So, I don't know, I just feel like there should have been a greater space for people to get their hands on it. You know, there's a lot that you could have done that you didn't really get the chance to. I wasn't expecting like the full-fledged demo like they've shown with the PS4 Pro footage or anything like that. But just the area that you were in, it's sort of... At certain points, I was literally going... I went the opposite direction to where it said, you know, straight back on me. And within sometimes a few seconds, it was immediately telling me turn round and go the other way. So it was like... That just hurt it a bit. I'm pretty sure you could have given us somewhat of a wider radius of area. Even if it just had... you know, nothing in it towards the edge to emphasize, you know, there's nothing here, turn around. Like, actually putting items right on the edge of it, it just didn't make sense. at all, to be honest. I did get to see Sonic Mania, which they were very adamant about don't film, which you're like, hold on, Sega, do you actually want people to talk positively about your game? Because that's the thing. It was really good. All they want you to see is the trailer. So, no. I'd have thought all these companies would realise all this free marketing that they're getting for stuff would actually be really useful, rather than spending millions on an advertising campaign and then the game flops. You know, Sonic Mania felt, from what I heard from people that were playing it, you know, when they got out talking with their friends, they said it felt really good, really like, you know, the old school games. My only thing is, let's hope it stays like that. The Mafia 3 theatre was just the same stuff as last time, from what I can tell, except they were handing out Mafia 3 popcorn. I didn't want to pick it up because I had enough food with me anyway. The WWE 2K17 demo was there. For some reason, I played one that I think I could only pick like AJ and Ambrose and Owens and I think Rollins. And that basically was it. Whereas some other people had Nakamura and Balor on their games as well. So, not sure what I got. Whether I got screwed. But that was fun. You know, the graphics were pretty good for the characters and what I played. Although, from the reviews that have come out, you know, Dana Brooke, oh my god. Dana Brooke looks a bit unsettling. And then the other stuff in the over 18s, Battlefield 1. I think I got a code for like a dog tag in game. I know the game's come out. I'm not going to give anybody the code because I don't think anybody deserves it, because nobody deserves some superficial DLC. Okay, it's free, but Jesus Christ, was it not that hard to actually do physical things? They did Dishonored t-shirts for everybody that played their demo. And then, of course, they had so many by the end of the day, they were basically giving them out to people. In fact, I think they were giving them out to people throughout the weekend, because some people were going up to their little sort of show stand where they were doing like Q&A and competition things and just giveaways. So, who knows? Who knows? South Park, I didn't play because all they had there was the Nozulus Rift stuff, which meant only 2 people were playing at a time. So the queue, for some people, they were going to be there for about, I don't know, 5 hours. And that was Ubisoft's contribution. That was it. And the Gears, well, the Gears demo was there, but it wasn't sort of Xbox emphasized, even though it was, because that was the thing. The only bit of the Xbox section, despite, you know, obviously FIFA technically could be, and quite a lot of the multi-platform games could be, but the only one that was like Microsoft Studios or anything officially that was there was in the 18+ area, so only adults could play on it. I think like the PC had a single player bit, which is the same that I played back last month, or well, back in end of August, so basically a month or so. And I think the consoles were playing the new Horde mode showcase, which looked pretty good. And, from what I've seen of the game afterwards, everything that they showed in all the press and everything didn't show, like, all the daylight and stuff. And, like, blue skies. Because when the game goes into that, from what I've seen from Twitch streams and everything, and YouTube reviews, that bit looks like, wow, this is pretty good. And then the bits where it goes all, and dark, and here's the brown and everything. And here's the mud, and here's the... It just, I don't know. It felt like a missed touch. Anyway, on to my swag. Because that's probably what none of you are here for. Well, some of it's swag and some of it's stuff I bought. So, I'm actually doing sort of an unbagging of my Insert Coin t-shirts that I bought. Well, 4 t-shirts. One is I guess a jacket, from what I could feel. So, what is this? This is Lemmings base jumper. Oh, that's actually nice. I got an old school one. You can see the Lemmings bit there. I won't properly unbag it because that'll take up way too much time. I'll put it back in there though for now. Oh, mouse fell off the table. I'm hoping I haven't got any duplicates, because the last time I did this, the last time I bought, I think 3 or 4 last year, I got 3 of the same. Oh, guess what? It's another Lemmings one. Not kidding, look, I can tell you get blue colour. So here's the worry. Did I buy a load of t-shirts and get the same ones again and again and again? Because I like their t-shirts, but I get punished for... If they're all 4 of the same, that'll be... I mean, I can't say funny. I think. Well, admittedly, this one's black. This is a black t-shirt, so it's probably not the same. That is Rare Pinata Collectors. Oh, right. That's Viva Pinata, I think. Well, considering it says Pinata on it, that's a Pinata. That's a Viva Pinata shirt. So now the question is 50-50. Is it going to be another 3 in 1? Or is it going to be 2 in 2? Or is it going to be some sort of combination? It is 2 in 2. It's another Viva Pinata one. But, I guess that means there's one all the time that I can simply shop with. I don't just have to have there's nothing else in there. They were giving out these as well, apparently. They had so many of these. They had like pallet. I think the pallets on Thursday, and it's just, I guess they're trying to get people to sign up to it and whatever. I don't know if it's free to everybody, because if it was, I don't think there's many places that people are going to be able to go to actually get any more of them. And then we get to the hole for this. The hoodie. At least it felt like a hoodie. eventually I might be able to find the bloody... Oh god, I opened it. Oh, because it got stuck on there. I've opened it literally, properly, sort of opened it, because they managed to glue it on the actual thing. Oh, it's not even a properly shut hoodie either, so I guess I have to pull it out to see. Oh, from the stripe, I am guessing. I'm guessing because of the colour and the stripe, I think that's the God of War hoodie. I think. There's no label in it, at least in the top of the neck, like there normally is, to say what franchise it's from, but it looks God of War-esque because it's the grey sort of colour in Kratos. So, the fact that the t-shirts cost me £5 each, considering how much they can be, I'll treat that as some sort of victory. So then we come to this. So they were actually doing free Amazon deliveries to the thing. So I got a bunch of stuff. They were trying to say, you know, get games, but they had people get other stuff as well. Trying to see. I got a comedy Lady Bird book. Oh, I guess I did buy a game. I got the complete edition of Warcraft 3 and the expansion as well. What's listed on the back? 2011, so this is 5 years old stock, or at least when the game was released in that sense. Got High Rise, got Far From the Madding Crowd, got some AC/DC, I got some Straight Outta Compton. I got me some Beatles. Got a fair bit of stuff there, but apparently for getting all that, there was another freebie which I would have got if I had actually tried to have a go at the Destiny thing, apparently. But apparently, from what I could tell, the design of this one, this Destiny t-shirt, wasn't the same as the one they were handing out to people at the booth, so I guess that's somewhat of an exclusive. I don't know. I mean, it probably is. But I need to put that back in there, somewhere down the side. And finally we come to quite a few bags and flyers and generic stuff. I got a PS4 lanyard, which I don't know whether that's the old one or the new one. I guess I'll find out. That was from last year, so I don't know why that's still with me. Flyer for the Bunker, which isn't too bad a game. Pretty short though, I would say. Even at 20% off from what this was, it isn't worth it until it gets cheaper. There was this that they showcased off, which was a bit weird. Mover, I guess? Ascend? It's tether-free virtual reality that it says is compatible with PS4, Xbox One and PC. So it's got a phone cradle so you can use it for like a Samsung phone or whatever. It's got lenses for 2D and 3D experiences, which is a bit confusing because I thought VR was supposed to be, it was. Why would you want 3D in VR? It's a bit weird. And the fact that it's somehow going to work with PS4 and Xbox and be tether free, and You know, does that imply PlayStation VR stuff would work with it? Or do you mean just generically, oh, we're making this 3D in virtual reality by shooting it in such a way? That's what I think, being the cynic that I am. By the looks of it, they are the same lanyard. So I don't know when I got this one. Might be from last year, possibly. This one might be from last year. Either way, I guess I've got two of them now. Magazine, bunch of cards. Twitch were giving out bags to children, and then everybody else could pick up both white and purple blow-up, you know, bang sticks or whatever they call them. Whole bunch of games that didn't look too bad from what I saw of them. TV Trouble. For Amina, which was a very short demo on the res section, but wasn't too bad. Kaiju Panic. Trapper's Delight, which I guess has got a QR code. You probably can't see that. There's the normal lost phone. So go to accidentalqueens.com. That probably won't show up. Somewhat still. But you can probably make out that I made it out on my thing. Have a look through. I don't even know what of some of the stuff I've got here. I got a Kratos figurine. Again, that might be last year because it was probably somewhere in the bottom of the bag. I know I got this year because this character only became relevant again. You can clearly tell it's like the Little Big Planet sort of sculpture bottom stuff. Mainly because it's got the same sort of leg, so they must be generic as all well. But it's a little Ratchet in the new style Ratchet for the new Ratchet and Clank. 29, which I think was another one of the indie ones that actually I didn't get a chance to play. That's a play by Gears of War. Wonder if I still can. That'd be interesting considering, you know, it's already out. Some more of that. More of that. Apparently Green Man Gaming were giving out free games. I don't know whether that code's already been taken. I can't be bothered to give any more out because plenty of thousands of people. This was an interesting one, I guess. The EA thing was saying, you know, play both in the same day to try and win. After like the first day, they just gave up on this. Because I went and played Battlefield 1 like 2 days later, and they weren't even handing these out or getting them stamped, so... And the thing is, it says for a chance to win. Nowhere, anywhere on that booth did it say what you were winning. This I managed to pick up off the floor, because I guess it fell off. The bloody PlayStation were doing like an airline ticket thing. Basically, you had to go to 5 destinations. So like Horizon and Uncharted and Call of Duty and all that stuff. Apparently, if you filled in 5 stamps on there, you got the chance to win a PlayStation VR. Which for me at the time, because I wasn't aware that I was going to be buying a PS4 a few weeks later, because I didn't know what was happening with that, that was a bit useless. In fact, that's a bit of an understatement. It wasn't pretty useless, it was useless. Oh, there's the dog tag thing. Exclusive I Was There dog tag. Oh, the code expires 31st of December. I might just put that on Origin. I might just put that actually on my account so it's there when the game gets cheap in 12 months' time. They had tombola things every day. They had stickers. So you had to like visit the store or play Dishonored 2 and play Elder Scrolls Legends. Because I have no interest in that card game, there was no point in me getting it. Forgotten what this is. Oh, there's a bunch of flyers for that. There's a beer mat for Laser Disco Defenders. Clearly they know that the people that buy their games drink a shit ton of beer. I don't know if that's a good thing or a brilliant thing. Prima Games have beer mats. If that's what I think it is, and it complements it greatly. Yeah, they actually have beer bottle openers as well. So apparently if you buy a Prima strategy guide, you just drink a shit ton of beer. Oh, and yeah, that was handy. Something that I picked off, NEC. This was lying on the floor of the convention centre. An actual nail that was there. I don't think it was sticking up, but obviously there's a sharp end there. It was just laying there where kids were walking, and they weren't picking everything up off the floor. But yeah, that's a 3-inch nail. You might want to be careful with the next time the builders are in. I did get some strategy guides. I got the Fallout 4 Survivors Guide, and I got the Bioshock Collection one, because I think they were like, were the stickers on them? I think they were £5 each, so it's half the price that they would be new. And because I know that if you get them, you get a free digital code for the e-guide, and I think by doing it I got a card where I won a 50% off code for a guide, I think. So yes, I did get some swag, although quite a lot of it was promotion and stuff, but quite a few of those games I'll probably check through over the next few months, whether I remember to do videos about them on here. Who knows? So, yeah, I guess that's the gaming done for the past month. I'm pretty sure nothing important's happened. I doubt Rockstar has announced anything. I doubt that Mafia is had problems, because I saw it in action and it looked really good. I'm pretty sure that didn't get some mixed reviews. I'm pretty sure that was 60 frames a second on PC at launch. Can you tell I'm filming this after all those big announcements and big news bits have happened? So that, I've got a lot of that to cover up. No, I've got a lot of that to cover over the upcoming weeks, but considering that we're in this, here's a big game. Literally, it's Battlefield 1. All that sort of stuff. There's probably going to be a lot of dull weeks where a lot of not news is going to happen, so I've got plenty of chance to catch up. I think, once everything's settled down, and whether we find out that there will be a remaster of the original Red Dead Redemption, which I can get really excited about. Hopefully there'll be a video next week. Can't promise everything, but normal service will be resumed sooner rather than later. So, if you excuse me, I've got a code to get for a game that I'm not even going to own for months. Sorry, EA.